In a game so well documented and so vastly explored as Oldschool Runescape, it may come as a surprise that there are still new things to experience. Today we're talking about the player character equipment. The equipment is simply the set of worn items that you choose for your character to wear. It can grant buffs and it can provide protection, but critically it has a distinct visual appearance to not only you, but also all the players around you. While the premise of this video may sound a little bit clickbaity, I promise you it's not, as I prepared several of these unique experiences for you today. Unique experiences that, mathematically speaking, no one has ever seen before, and after this video ends, probably never will ever again. The first of these unique things is... oh no, wait, is that the intro music coming to a close? Oh god, I better be quick. Okay, the first of these unique things is this. Okay, before I show you the big reveal of today's video, we need to get on the same wavelength. I have some pretty cool numbers today that I want to show you, and I want to make sure that, you're both as informed and as excited as I am. We do need to briefly run over Oldschool Runescape's equipment slots to bring you up to speed. Starting of course with the most erotic of slots, we have the feet slot. We also have the hand slot. We have the leg slot. I don't know if you can see that. The body slot, the weapon slot, tiny little knife. I mean the shield slot. I was looking around my room for something that I could use as a shield. I don't have a shield, unfortunately. The cape slot, the neck slot, and the head slot. Now the keen-eyed amongst you may notice Oldschool Runescape actually has two more slots than this. The ammo slot and the ring slot. For the purpose of today's video, we're only really interested in items that have a visual appearance on the character. The ring slot and the ammo slot don't show to other players, and in fact there's no way to gather that information on the client. You can install fancy plugins to see what other people are wearing, but you can never tell what ring they're wearing. I don't really know why, the game just doesn't transmit that stuff. I guess it would be pretty difficult to render everyone else's ring, and hands are weird and small in this game. So the next level of abstraction above these equipment slots is the idea of an outfit. I mean, there's a whole genre here for cool looking outfits. It's called Fashionscape. And while there's certainly very sick looking outfits, today we're not really interested in the quite so fashionable. Yeah, definitely not quite so fashionable, but I would say even more interesting. Outside the high entropy of stylized decisions, there's the chaotic random choice of no choice, just completely random outfits. The outfits I'm showing you here are of the completely random type. And no, I don't mean like the Tumblr 2010 Penguin of Doom kind of random. What a horrible time that was. Every 0.6 seconds or one game tick, every item slot here is being randomly chosen from the pool of available items for that slot. But while looking at these, you may wrongly think, these don't look like anything special. You may even recognize the vast majority of the items being shown here. But I do want to remind you here that these combinations of items have never been seen before. And honestly, unless you're really dedicated to copying any of these outfits in game, they'll never be seen ever again. You having seen any of these outfits before, as in you watching the video right now, it's more likely that you've been struck by lightning than you've seen any one of these before. But I mean, that sounds really strange, doesn't it? How could something so commonplace and recognizable be so impossibly unique? Well, it all comes down to that pool of possible items. To rationalize the rarity of any one of these outfits, we need to run some calculations. We need to calculate how many possible outfits are there in total. How many unique combinations of these equipment slots are there really? Lucky for us, the wiki lists the number of items in each slot, so it's relatively easy for us. There are 172 head slot items, 139 neck slot items, 270 cape slot items, 794 weapon slot items, 454 body slot items, 325 shield slot items, 434 leg slot items, 152 hand slot items, and 182 boot slots items. To work out our total combinations, in theory, we just need to times all these numbers together. Now there is a little consideration here. 250 of those weapon items are actually two-handed weapons. And so with both of your hands being in use, you can't have a shield. So we need to exclude those from the combinations. So multiplying all those numbers together gives 2.8 times 10 to the 22 possible unique combinations of outfits. That number 2.8 times 10 to the 22nd power doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, so let's put it into perspective. Even the biggest numbers inside Oldschool Runescape don't come anywhere close to understanding the true gravity of this one. The maximum item stack of the classic 2147 mil doesn't come anywhere close. That number could be filled to the top, not once, not twice, but 13 trillion times before you're anywhere near the total number of unique combinations. 13 trillion times max cash stack. It doesn't even make sense. So let's compare this to something even more ludicrous. Grains of sand. Think of all the beaches and all the deserts you've seen in your entire life. And then think of every beach and every desert in the entire world. Together, they're estimated to hold 7.5 quintillion grains of sand. The total number of possible outfits is 3,700 times bigger than that. What? So even with some large numbers for comparison there, I'm sure I'm going to get some doubters and some dumb comments, you know, like kind of like this one.
Actually, I wore that outfit one time in 2018, and so your video is shit and dumb and wrong.
Yeah, right, dude. Or like, even this one, for example.
Actually, it's obvious we haven't seen these outfits before, because people tend to wear entire armor sets, so your video is silly and dumb and wrong.
What is this guy on? And God forbid we get a comment like this, dude.
Well, actually, my dear Skeldoor, you need to consider the fact that not all of the weapons/armor listed on the wiki are actually wearable in combination, because some are unique to minigames or have other restrictions on being worn together. So your video is pretty poop and dumb and wrong, and I think you're an idiot. Thank you.
Okay, I get it. Like, there are definitely edge cases to this, but we are talking in a theoretical space here. I mean, another consideration is not all of these items existed like, say, 5-10 years ago, so this only really makes sense in the right now snapshot. Still though, let's go back to that first comment of, you know, I wore that outfit in this time, so your video is poop and dumb and wrong. I mean, yeah, fuck you, dude, but also, that does raise an interesting experiment. I wanted to wear a lab coat for this section of the video. I thought it would be funny and like scientific and like mathematical, and so I'm gonna do it. This is a little bit more scientific now, right? Yes? Do mathematicians wear lab coats? You know, I only just thought about that. I'm a mathematician, not a scientist. I guess I am doing an experiment. Yeah, ignore it. So let's say that you want to prove me wrong. Let's say that you want to have already seen every outfit that there is available. So that when I come along and say, look at all these new combinations of things, you can say, don't worry, I've already seen them. Like, okay. I'll humor you, you know. Let's do the maths. For this experiment, you're going to need to gather some friends. In fact, very... What, sorry? Oh, you don't have any friends? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. We'll do a thought experiment instead, okay? Just imaginary, okay? Imaginary friends. So you're going to need a lot of very, very dedicated friends. They've all promised you that they will try on new outfits as fast as humanly possible for a very long time. They've said that every game tick they'll change their entire outfit to something completely new. Let's say your friends also have perfect pre-planning. Everyone has agreed the outfits that they're going to wear, and they're also aware of the outfits that everyone else is going to wear, just so that no one is stepping on each other's toes, and every time someone puts on a new outfit, it's entirely unique and has not been seen before. They all agree to change their outfit, take a screenshot of it, and then email it to you, just so that if some future big bad YouTuber comes along and says, hey, have you seen this outfit? You can say, yes, I've seen every outfit. You'll already have every outfit on record, and you can come to the comments and say, this video is poop and dumb and wrong. Okay, so you and your friends hop onto the game, immediately fill up the first world. There's a max occupancy of 2,000 players on one member's world. So you start with 2,000 friends, and your remaining friends spill out over the remaining worlds. At present, there's approximately 300 members worlds, so 300 times 2,000 is 600,000 friends. Keeping in mind though that these are imaginary friends. You don't have any friends, you know? You've already been over that. So they immediately get to work. 600,000 new outfits are equipped, screenshotted and emailed to you every game tick. Cool, cool, cool. This is already getting ridiculous. A quick little sidebar here about emails. Did you know that emails came out in 1971? Is that not crazy? Like, can you imagine iPhones in 1971 with no email on a dock bar? Crazy. That joke is not great. I'm going to keep it in anyway. Even more wild, do you know that we're approaching 400 billion emails being sent every day? 400 billion! What needs to be said in 400 billion emails? And like, I know most of them are automated now, but like still, is that not a crazy number per day? In 2025, it's approximately 380 billion emails per day. In 2018, it was more like 250 billion emails per day. If we continue extrapolating backwards to 1971, we get approximately 2 quadrillion emails in total. 2 with 15 zeros after it. Like, that's just an unfathomably large number. And it's of emails. I mean, surely we're not going to see numbers anywhere near close to that, right? Anyway, continuing on with the experiment, you're currently set up to have 600,000 emails every 0.6 seconds. But this experiment was set up specifically so that you could already say that you've seen every outfit. So instead of counting forward, let's count back. RuneScape as we know it today was released on March 29th, 2004. And obviously there weren't the same number of worlds and there weren't the same number of items, but I'm going to give you the benefit of doubt of 21 years of work here. You and your highly organized friends have been changing your outfits, screenshotting them, emailing, every game tick for the last 21 years. From the moment the servers opened up in 2004 until today's date of whatever the date is. 600,000 outfits in 0.6 seconds is 1 million outfits per second. There is approximately 32 million seconds in a year. Timesing those two numbers together, you get 32 trillion outfits per year. 32 trillion times by the 21 years that you've been doing this is 672 trillion. 672 trillion outfits, that is. Which again is 6 with 14 zeros after it. And if they did send an email for every single one, that would equate to almost 1/3 of all emails ever sent. Oh, well, now I'm kind of worried that you're going to be getting quite close to the number that we've calculated. Let's have a look at what percentage of the outfits you've managed to do after 21 years. $672 trillion is 0.0000024% of every possible unique outfit. Like, Jesus. Let that sink in for a moment. You've been doing this for 21 years, non-stop, with the population of a small country helping you out. And you're not even anywhere near a single percent. Is that not like incredibly wild? When I first calculated these numbers, I had to take a break and ask people if I had done this correctly because it just didn't seem right. It just didn't seem possible. 21 years and you've only got 0.00024%. Is that not bizarre? So yeah, it doesn't really seem likely that you've seen any of these outfits at all. But let's humor you again and do the experiment in the other direction. Let's say you're inspired by this video and instead you want to say, okay, I will see every outfit then. I'll go and see every outfit. With your 600,000 friends, this is roughly the equivalent to counting up 1 million at a time, all the way up to 2.8 times 10 to the 22. 2.8 times 10 to the 22 divided by the 1 million you've gathered per second is still 2.8 times 10 to the 16. 2.8 times 10 to the 16 number of seconds, that is. And if you convert that to years, you get 888 million years. So yeah, good luck. Okay, well, the video is over now, but I'm Skeldoor, and if you made it this far, you should subscribe. I've got lots more silly videos coming, and you wouldn't want to miss any of them. Cool. Right. See you later.